Yo. Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm actually lower this TV, it's hella loud. Hold on a second.
At 170 pounds, and I'm sure you've been hearing this question a lot. That surprised a lot of people. Why is this fight over?
I'm coming to you from home because I'm still pretty sick. Hear me. But I'm supposed to be at the Virgil Ortiz fight, but I just have not been feeling good. So ever since I got back from Saudi, actually. But yeah, being out in the rain. Yeah, like midnight or 1 in the morning, whatever it was pretty rough. But yeah, Virgil Ortiz is the real deal, man. He looked excellent tonight. Jab to the body. His just whole combination of work was really, really good. Let me clean this lens real quick. What'd you guys think? I thought that was an amazing performance by Virgil. Now he's 15-0. Some of the Sergio Mora and can't remember the other guy's name. That were on the telecaster to zone were saying that they want like Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman for him. It's maybe still a little too early for that. I mean, you know, I definitely like a fight against like a Adrien Granados or this other kind of dude right there. Next face of boxing, he has all the tools with Golden Boy backing him. Yeah, man, Tim, I agree with you, man. The kid's the real deal, man. Humble kid too. Has a great team, and with Robert Garcia. I mean, you saw all the people that were there. Man, I'm bummed out I couldn't make it tonight. Man, I wish I wasn't sick because Mikey was there, Jose Ramirez was there. Josecito Lopez, Brandon Rios, B-Hop, Oscar. There was a lot of people there today. Luis Feliciano fought tonight. Alexis Rocha fought tonight. Machado. It was good. It was a good card. Carter Trejo was in the house. Robert Garcia. Man, I'm bummed out. Bummed out I couldn't make it back. I've just been sick as a dog. But back to Virgil, man. Virgil. That was amazing. That was an amazing performance. That jab to the body was excellent. I think the dude had only been knocked down once before in his career. So, you know, pretty durable dude. Knocked him out in the fifth. It was the fifth, right? Pretty sure it was the fifth. Who was that? Twisted. So happy Virgil won. Man, he's a good kid too, man. Real humble kid. I just want to confirm it was the fifth round. I'm pretty sure. It was good to kind of see some of my colleagues out there too, some photographer friends and stuff doing work. Let's see, 3 times, yeah, TKO in the fifth. Yeah, Virgil. I want to see like a Virgil Ortiz, like you know, Adrian Granados is one of those dudes. Who's another kind of like, you know, where's my Ring magazine? There it is. Here, I'm gonna look at this Ring magazine cover was dope. Shout out to Nancy, thank you for the ring. Let's see who's in the kind of like at the, you know, like the lower end of the welterweight division. What are the ranking things in this thing? Danny Garcia versus Porter. Bring Danny Garcia or Porter versus Virgil. Um, I don't know, man. I don't, I'm not saying Virgil is that quality of fighter for sure, but I want to give him a better shot. Like, give him someone. Here we go. Like, oh, there we go. Sergio Lipinets. Um, Ugas pretty dangerous fighter. Who is this guy? This Uzbekistan dude, Abdu Borovov. That's maybe an option too. Oops. Um, yeah, man, I want Virgil to like, Virgil versus Pacquiao, man. um, yeah, like who else here? Like, oh, those guys are 140. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I want Virgil to like an Adrian Granados type, like um, Ivan Redkach is fighting Danny Garcia, um, but like something like that. Conti is at the fights, I believe. Um, Shout out to Sin, man. I was hoping to see all you guys tonight. I just don't feel good. But man, Virgil, he's a stud, man. I can't wait to see him against. I hope they really have given us some solid guys like Mauricio Herrera. We went through him. Orozco was a good fighter. Um, Shit, he might be ready. Um, Man, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to see his rise too, man. He's really good kid, really hard working kid. For Jose Ramirez, for someone to be labeled a hard worker in the gym that Mikey Garcia's from, that's you're you're earning your stripes there. Um, yeah, who do you guys want to see Virgil against? I see Pacquiao, Thurman. You guys really think he's ready for uh, for like Thurman and Danny Garcia? Talk about like a political problem with that one with Golden Boy and PBC. That's a real that's going to be a problem for sure. Um, Man, oh, that card got announced. That's what I'm thinking, Alan. Yeah, I don't like it either. Yeah, I don't think you should rush him either. Virgil said he wanted Keith next with Ellie. Yes. Yeah, I like Virgil versus Lipinets. Yeah, I'm with you, Alan, and Collazo. Yeah, give him a Lipinets. I mean, even Lipinets is not, that's a solid fighter right there. Um, that's a good fight. Lipinets is also coming up from 142. Lipinets is PBC, no, I think, or I don't know if he's like locked in with them. I don't know if he's locked in with them or I don't know what the deal with that is, but if they could get Lipinets, that's a good one. Granado, I really like the Granados fight. I keep mentioning that. Who else? Who? Too soon for Virgil to step in the ring with Danny Garcia or Keith Thurman. Yeah, I think Lipinets is a good test too. I think it is. I just also don't think you need to rush it like that. Like, he has BBC, huh? Yeah, but he's one of those guys, kind of like when like PBC is kind of willing to put their guys up sometimes. Like who was it? Terrence fought John Molina. John Molina was PBC at the time. I think Lipinets is one of those dudes that like um, in too many wars. Yeah, he's still a good. He's still a solid fighter. He's a pretty big guy too. Um, so yeah, give him someone like that. Like they might be able to work out the Lipinets fight. Um, Excuse me. Um, what was that last one? What do you think, Maurice Hooker? But Hooker's 140, right? I think. Um, you know what, man? I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I've heard a lot. I've seen highlights and things like that, but um, I've been so busy when that fight came around. I don't know what was going on, but I didn't get to watch that fight. I thought about Omar Figueroa too. That's a good one. what's that? The kid really hits hard, but he wants to fight the likes of Spence, Porter. Hope we know what happened for also Cap and Ortiz. Yeah, man. I didn't know Hooker moved out. Oh, that could be a good one. That could be a good one. I like Ortiz versus Figueroa. That's a good point. Who was talking about the Johnny? Um, about Fernando Vargas, man. There's no need. I've always felt like um, 12 pack Ortiz is a good 12 pack. um, I've always felt like Top Rank would get criticized about kind of whatever taking whatever like taking too long for fighters to get there. Like I remember my friends would complain about like Cotto, like which I never understood that, but I thought Cotto was brought along like at a perfect rate. Um, but like sometimes you want to have it. In boxing, it's not one of those things uh, like chicken or something. Like you can overcook chicken, like and then it's dry. Like if they're ready and you give them 2 3 fights when they're already ready and they're beating up gatekeepers or whatever, that's okay. That's fine. That's you can't overcook like that. Give them 2 3 prospects to where they whatever go through training camps, deal with issues or whatever, deal with adversities, and then give them the big guy. I was watching an old. Um, uh, it was on Twitter. It was Felix Trinidad versus Obakar, and that was after Trinidad beat Yoribel Campos too. That was some good stuff, man. um, that was also good boxing back then. Trinidad on like HBO versus Obakar. That was good stuff. Um, who else? Who else is there for like Virgil? Like, um, I looked at the rankings. It was kind of welterweight so deep that like they're almost like all champions. Like here we go. So like the rings welterweight division is Earl Spence Jr., Terrence Crawford. There is no champion, so it's Earl 1, Terrence 2, Manny Pacquiao 3, Keith Thurman 4, Shawn Porter 5, Danny Garcia 6, Uga 7. Dang, you guys have PBC has 6 of the top 7 welterweights. That's nuts. And Lipinets, who's also in the top 10. But then this Lithuanian dude, Cal. That's a dude. That's number 8's the dude that Thurman's fighting tomorrow. So he's busy. Um, and then there's that dude from Uzbekistan, Abdu Kaharavov, something like that. But yeah. Let's see. One more gatekeeper, Ortiz versus the main gatekeeper, Adrien Broner. Adrien Broner. Adrien Broner was supposed to get the Ivan Red catch. You served. Berto Marquez. You served. Like dancing, you got served? What do you mean? Yeah, no, that's Virgil Ortiz is going to be fun to watch. That's keep your eye on him, ladies and gentlemen, for sure. It's going to be good stuff. Also big top rank card tomorrow as well. Oh no, sir, I did not, Roberto. 3 in a row for Robert Garcia with AB. No. Ivan versus Dan. Why did you ask if I served? Do I look like that? Oh, it says USC, like the college. But much respect though. That was dirty actually. What just little. Now that you mentioned that, what USC did to damn, I can't even remember her name. I was messed up. Sick beanie. Hey, thanks, Walter. I appreciate that, man. I don't even know where I got this beanie from. It's kind of one of those things that I don't know. Somebody gave it to me or something, or I got it like on a white elephant Christmas thing or something. Um, but what was I saying? Oh, the UFC released that fighter. What's her name? The one who fought Ronda Rousey in the very first female UFC, female fight in the UFC. Dang it, what's her name? Can't think of her name. Oh, I have it right here. Hold on. Here. I was kind of dirty. They like released her, like, no, not Misha Tate. It was the first UFC that Ronda Rousey fought. And she was like a Marine veteran, I believe. First Ronda Rousey. What is Tate? No, that was no, like the actual first fight, like the one where they just kind of introduced Ronda Rousey. You know what I'm talking about here. I'm gonna find it right now. Da, 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 da. Liz Carmouche. Yeah, Liz Carmouche. They UFC. She was on like a USO tour type thing with some other UFC fighters, and supposedly she paid for it herself too. And then the UFC like hit her up like while she was on the trip and was like, "Hey, you're released." It's pretty messed up, man. That was just it's a bad look. I was messed up. Anyway, well, the Bud Crawford fight. That card is really good. I feel most people are kind of looking forward to the Comey versus Lopez as like the kind of what do you call it, the on paper competitive main event. That's a good fight. It's a really good fight. Comey's been looking better when I think they were like powers that be were hoping that he would look worse. Teofimo Lopez struggled the last time with that tall fighter. Comey's tall. But he also admittedly said that he had a lot of like personal issues and family issues going on. Yeah, Teofimo by knockout. Yeah, I could see that. That's a good fight, man. That's a really good fight. And then supposedly the next person up for what's his name, Loma. McCullen's on the card too. Being hyped. I saw him in person. He fought. Who did he fight here in California? It was like in Indio. Beltran. Man, he put kind of a hurting on Beltran. And Beltran is he's one of those guys that but he was on a run. Beltran was on a run. Beltran's one of those guys that you think is a gatekeeper, and then he fucks around and like jacks up your prospect. But he put a hurt on Beltran that day. Let's see. To be honest, I don't know much about welterweight step ups, but I want someone that would make him go into the championship rounds. Excuse me, man. Yeah, I agree with you, Jonathan. I want someone to. I mean, didn't he go? Didn't Ortiz go 10 rounds with what's his name? Herrera, wasn't it Herrera? And I think with Orozco too, he went some rounds. I think I missed some comments here. What's up, West Side? Shawn Jones, bro. What's that dude's name? Reyes? I appreciate that, man. See that face off today? John Jones looking a little husky bear. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. Oh, it made me laugh. My fight against John Jones. Oh, it's good stuff. Orozco took him. Let's see. What is Virgil Ortiz? Let's see. Mm, let's see what's the longest he's gone. Let's see. Virgil Ortiz BoxRec. Here we go. Oh, that's right. You guys make me log in now. It's kind of the worst. BoxRec makes you like log in now for all this stuff, and then they're like, password retrieval stuff is terrible. So it's not like it's easy to friggin' remember. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it was. Oh, there you go. 6 rounds. Thank you. With Orozco. Oh, okay. Yeah, people have been putting it. Jonathan. Yeah. That was hilarious. Westside. That was good stuff. 6 rounds. Yeah. No, I agree. You know, I want him to get into like 10 rounds and let him get a couple maybe a decision or two. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. Like, I just, I think it's a little, hey, thanks, man. Man, I'm telling you, I don't even have a password. I need to talk to BoxRec. I hope they fix that, man, because it was the worst when they first started that to try to log in. Isn't it free? Is it free? No. I need to start like asking as media, like, yo, can I get some of these, like, I don't know, do they hook up BoxRec passwords? I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, no, Virgil. I want to see Virgil. Let him go the distance a little bit. Give him who else? Who? I feel like I used to know old school like gatekeeper types better, but we need like a drunken master. Remember the drunken master? Who knows the drunken master on here? Okay, Floyd. Floyd used to say all the time that was like his toughest fight was the drunken master. There's no one I'm talking about. Something just happened to him recently. That's what I'm trying to look up because I just saw an article on him. I'm trying to remember what happened recently, or maybe they just did an interview with him. Oh, I think it was. I guess it was just an interview. Anyway, it was Emmanuel Augustus, and his style was fun to watch, man. He was always in fights. He fought Gotti. I want to say a few times he fought Gotti. Let's see here. Has hella losses too. He's one of those guys too that probably should have got a lot more wins, and he has a lot like his record's a lot worse than like it looks a lot worse than it actually was because he was a damn good fighter. Fought John Molina, Floyd, Mickey Ward. Didn't he win one of the Mickey Ward ones? No, Mickey Ward says he was one of the toughest fights he ever had. Emmanuel Augustus, yeah, man. I remember watching him on like what was the old ESPN show? Like Tuesday night fights or Friday night fights. Man, that was good stuff. It's good having fighting on Friday. I'm glad we were able to have fighting on Friday. Did we finish talking about the top rank card? McCullen's going to be on it against the Russian dude that he got jobbed at the Olympics. Or that he feels he got jobbed at, the one where he's like flipping off the everybody. So he gets a rematch. That guy, I didn't know that guy only had 3 fights though. But McCullen can't wait for this. Can't wait for this work. He wants this smoke for sure. Damn, they're showing the Amanda Nunes highlights. This chick has ran through people, man. We'll talk about the UFC right now, but who else is on that card? Who else? Who else? Oh, well, obviously the main event. I was trying to think of who was on the undercard, but the main event, Terrence versus Egus, man. Haven't heard. I've heard of Egus, kind of like as far as kind of hearing that he's been coming up, type of a thing. But I don't know much about him. I know Igor Skilmas is his manager, who like manages like Sergey Kovalev, Vasily. He manages a Russian dude who's fighting Conlon. Um, so I don't know much about him, but those guys. I know those guys out of those camp though are hardcore, man. They're tough dudes. But it also is Terrence Crawford, and Terrence Crawford is just a phenomenal fighter. It's sad that he's not getting, some of the opportunities to get to prove what a lot of us see, because Terrence Crawford is a real deal. Terrence is, man. Hopefully they start talking. Well, Wilder, Fury got done. Like, let's get Danny and Terrence in there. Let's get Porter and Terrence. Let's go Ugas and Terrence. Oh, Collazo. That's a good one, bro. HK40. I like that, bro. Collazo's a good one. That's another good one. He's like southpaw. Is Collazo southpaw? I think. Is Collazo southpaw? But like a solid dude like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, give him a few of those dudes before we start. Collazo, Luis Collazo. Pretty sure he's a southpaw too. Let me see. That's a hard-nosed dude. That dude. That's a good fight, bro. I like that one. I'm cool with that. Let's see. Yeah, he is a southpaw. Oh, he lost. Oh, his recent loss was to the dude who's like number 9 in the ring. That guy, I can't pronounce his name. Kuldaradov Kano. Oh, that's a good one too. Yeah, at least I would say at least 3 more of those guys before before you give him like a Terrence Crawford or not Terrence Crawford. You didn't say Terrence Crawford. Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, those guys. But you talk about those guys like they're willing to kind of. There's so many of them over there. Excuse me. There's so many of them over there. They really don't need anybody else. What do you think of fight between Josh Kelly? A little more experience, but it looks good on paper. Let's see. Let me reacquaint myself with Josh Kelly. Josh Kelly. Let's see here. BoxRec. Let's see Josh Kelly's thing here. He doesn't have a whole lot of fights. It's kind of early for Josh Kelly, I would say. Yeah, I don't. I hadn't heard of Josh Kelly. The name sounds kind of familiar, but now that I see his face, it doesn't actually kind of bring up any. I don't think I've seen this kid before. But the thing is, Virgil's on the way up. You know what I'm saying? Like, Virgil needs to fight guys kind of above him. This dude that hadn't got knocked out before was a challenge because he hadn't got knocked out before. But so you got to kind of continue to challenge the kid. So he keeps maturing and getting better. But yeah, Crawford, I feel is he's no worse than the second worst fighter and the best fighter in the world, pound for pound. Might even be I don't know. I don't know. I have to think about that some more. I haven't thought about my pound for pound list in a while. But some good fights, good boxing on today. Good boxing schedule for tomorrow. Um, the UFC, the UFC tomorrow is gonna be fire. HK40 Crawford #1. Yeah, man. I can't. That's yeah. Um, Amanda. Speaking about pound for pound #1, Amanda Nunes might be the pound for pound #1 best fighter and like mixed martial arts fighter in the world right now. Like they were just going over her highlights. She won the title off of Misha Tate, beat Ronda, knocked out Holly Holm with a head kick, has beat Shevchenko twice. Man, Amanda Nunes is scary, man. Knocked out Chris Cyborg in the first round as well, and now is fighting the former uh, the former featherweight champion. Wait, was it featherweight? Yeah, because they gave it to Jermaine Durandame when when she beat Holly Holm. It was a close fight. I thought Holly Holm won, but did he say that? But yeah, man, that is yeah, no, that is Amanda Nunes is scary. That I can't believe she's the third. Man, UFC, you better put more money behind that girl because she is the real deal. They were hyping up Kelly as the next big thing, belittling Ryan and the other belittling Ryan Garcia and other up and coming young guns. You know, got a draw against Ray Robinson. Ray Robinson did have like 27 fights, so he was barely on his 8th fight. But apparently Robinson gives a lot of people problems because he gave the dude that he lost a TKO by Ugas. Yeah, Ray Robinson, I could see where he'd give a fighter with 8 fights problems. That's kind of impressive. That could fight Ray Robinson. Who's this dude? Oh, he got knocked out by Ugas, but that's fight Ray Robinson. Virgil, because he's got solid credentials. Had a draw against a top prospect apparently, and the guy that Crawford's fighting. I like that. I might have to talk to Golden Boy about it. Ugas is a bad boy, man. Ugas, I'd like to see Ugas fight Crawford. That'd be a good fight. That might be someone that PBC would be willing to give to. I don't know if Crawford would be. Let's talk about like risk not being worth the reward. Because Ugas is the real deal, and Crawford would. Yeah, that's a big risk. But if you get some kind of guarantee for fighting Ugas, like if you beat Ugas, you get Spence or something, it might be worth it, man. We gotta start. We gotta start talking to each other. But real quickly back to the UFC. Max Holloway versus Alexander Volkanovski. That's a good fight too. Volkanovski's a monster. I saw him live same night I saw Amanda actually knock out Chris Cyborg here in Inglewood at the Forum. Man, Volkanovski's who did Volkanovski beat that day? It was somebody good too. It was somebody I thought might have. It would have been a good fight. Was that anyway? That's a good ass fight. Max Holloway's a beast. Was a Sure Dog. Shout out to Sure Dog and BoxRec. I mean, BoxRec kind of, it's not cool with the login stuff. You guys got to fix that. But Chad Mendes. Yeah, he TKO Chad Mendes. That's right. And the Gustafson Jones 2 fight. That's a really good fight. damn, the more I think about that fight, Max and Volkanovski, that's a good ass fight. And then the main event, Kobe Covington versus Kamaru Usman. You know, not a super fan of Usman's style. I watched Usman on the tough he was on too. He was good. He's a good ass fighter. You knew he was gonna be good. Just not a super fan of like the kind of pure wrestling style, but anything to beat Kobe Covington, I'm pretty much good with. But Kobe Covington's a good fighter. He talks a lot of shit. And some of that stuff's funny. Um, but but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that fight. But I'm really kind of looking at the meat of my entertainment being what's her name? Amanda Nunes and Max versus Volkanovski. But we'll see. It'll be entertaining what happens. What post fight interviews will probably be one of the most entertaining things. Hopefully, Masvidal gets the shot. You know, sooner than later. Who else is up there? Or Woodley. Masvidal Woodley would be a good fight. That'd be a super good fight. But yeah, ladies and gents, I'm gonna do. I've been trying to wait till I could get a little better, and I want to put together a little kind of highlight video with Saudi, and then I'll do a little kind of video of my experience in Saudi, and kind of this way it kind of goes along with the highlights. But I appreciate a lot of love. I got a lot of love from my colleagues and stuff. I got shout out to Chris from Elite Boxing, TVKO. I always wanted to see Max fight Tony Ferguson. Yeah, Tony's a big dude. Max is not that big. I actually have a video on my channel of Tony Ferguson talking about fighting Max. He was like, "Oh, he's what do you call him? Buena onda or something like that." Called him something like, yeah. He's like, he's cool at 145. You could say that, but I could go down too or something. Tony kind of he's a unique kind of personality to talk to, and so it's kind of one of those, like, he could get it, but he's cool. Like, I'm not like calling him out, but like if he wants to fight him down, he was real. It was funny. Yeah, man. No, I blended in cool in Saudi. People were talking to me in Arabic over there. Yeah, people were. So when I had the fit on, people were talking to me in Arabic as soon as I put that on, which was pretty cool. Actually, it was pretty funny. But yeah, I want to put together a little highlight thing. I'm kind of coming up with the ones in my mind that I remember and stuff. So I'm trying to do that. But yeah, I'll come up with. I want to do a little highlight video. It'll probably be done by this weekend, and then we'll talk about kind of the highlights and all that stuff of Saudi and all that. Obviously, the low light just kind of having gotten sick, but where was there a red light or was there a red light district? I don't know. I wasn't looking for it. That's for sure. I was too busy. This was kind of probably really more the reason why I wasn't looking for it. But no, I was just like anything that was not allowed, I was definitely not going to be into for sure out there, because what I'm saying, want to come back with everything intact. You feel me? But no, Saudi was amazing, man. I'm gonna talk a lot about that. I'll like I said, I'll come with a highlight video, and this way you guys can kind of check out that video and kind of see what the journey was like, just at least some of the highlights of it. But I appreciate you guys. Like I was saying, TV Boxeo. If you're not following, follow TV Boxeo. Subscribe to that channel. Chris and I came up together, man, on the YouTube thing, and he's been killing it on the gram too. Yeah, Chris is a stud, man. Shout out to Chris and formerly of Elite Boxing, and shout out to my dude Fred too, man. For Chris was telling me that that Fred was on his live stream, Barbershop Conversations, and was shouting me out, telling peeps to go sub to my channel. So appreciate you, Fred. Thank you, man. You know, subscribe to Barbershop Conversations to see my Fred's crazy character. It's a good dude, super good dude, and does a lot for the community and all that stuff too. Man, Jose Aldo looks scrawny. Oh, that's right. Jose Aldo's fighting Marlon Moros. I don't know about Aldo looking that scrawny. Shout out to my girl Cynthia. Safe travels home, everyone from Fantasy Springs. Sorry, guys, I couldn't make it. I will be up and at 'em again next week, and I'll be hitting the interviews hard. Hopefully next week. I know we got Christmas and that stuff coming, but I'll try to provide some content for you guys, and just if anything, we'll just chop it up like we're doing now. So, because we always got to talk fighting. You know what I'm saying? But appreciate you guys all watching. Thank y'all. Talk to you soon.